Well, hello there, tankers of the Blitz universe. I'm Flossie, and today I will be trying to gamble my life savings of gold away for the Kpz Pr.68. This is a tank that I currently don't have on this account, so I would like to try and get it if I can, but that involves getting lucky, and we'll see if I can, in fact, get lucky this time around. But yeah, we have 10 crates to try and get this tank, and first crate gives us nothing. So let's see if we can get anything good in these 10 containers here. So, crate number 3. We do get 10,000 gold. Wow. So we basically made our gold back with that crate. That's absolutely insane. And I feel like that gold drop chance was less than the tank itself. So I don't really know what to say about that. We do get a bit more gold, only 100 though this time, so that's not all that great. And yeah, not looking good so far. Let's see if we can get lucky enough to get the vehicle. We do get a massive container. Bro, this is like, what is happening right now? We're getting everything but the tank that we want. Like, what is this? What am I looking at? A massive container literally has like a 1% drop chance in these crates. Like, what? We just got another massive container. Huh? Like, what am I looking at, bro? What am I looking at? We literally just got 2 massive containers, which have a 1% drop chance, whereas the tank has a 5% drop chance. Like, what? Hello, Wargaming. Well, I guess we're going to be opening up these massive containers and seeing what tanks we actually get out of them. So let's do that right now. I've actually never opened up these containers before. Hopefully we get a tier 10 that we already own, or a tier 9 that's a collector, so we get some gold. But we'll see what we do, in fact, get. And what am I getting right now? Oh, we get an Astron Rex. Crazy stuff. So a tank that doesn't give me gold. That's cool. All right, let's see what we get from here. Oh my gosh, what in the world? And we do get a Yo. So crazy stuff right there. How do we have 19,000 gold? What? I'm very confused right now. How did we get gold? Wait, we got gold from these tier 8s? Wait, what? We didn't get credits? Yo, I'm actually really confused right now. I thought we were gonna get credits from those. Okay, well, that's good for us. In that case, we're gonna be gambling again and getting some more crates here because our luck was actually really good that time. So let's see if I get the tank from this drop here, and we do get nothing from the first crate. I'm not expecting to be getting more awesome containers because, yeah, I mean, there's no way our luck is actually going to be that good again. So let's see, we get nothing from the first 4 crates, and what are we going to get from this one? Nothing. Let's see about the next one. Come on, Wargaming, give me something decent. Ayo, we got the tank. Let's go, guys. All right. So I guess I'll just quickly open up the rest of these. 1,000 gold, get some more random stuff here that we don't really care about, and that's it for the crates. So we did, in fact, make a decent amount of gold from that. We only lost a little bit, like, because of how lucky we were on the first drop there. Yeah, that was actually really impressive. So, yes, in terms of the tank we just received, this is the Kpz Pr.68, and it is a tank that I have never played before. So this will be my first impressions of this vehicle. Now that I am all prepared and ready to do a review on this vehicle here, that I have it fully equipped, and all that shebang right there. So yeah, let me go through the tank's stats really quick, its armor profile, and then we will both experience my first ever games in this thing. Again, here you can see here I have 0 battles in it, but I do for the most part know how it plays because I have some knowledge on it previously from my friends like Droodles telling me how this thing plays. So anyways, let's get into the tank's stats, and starting off with its gun. It deals 380 damage on its standard shells, 320 on the premium, and 500 on the high explosive. So this tank is going to play more like a Chimera or a WZ 122 TM. So it'll play similar to that sort of gameplay style where it has a lot of alpha but not very much DPM. So yeah, keep that in mind. Anyways, the penetration is 211 millimeters of standard on its standard shells, 271 on the premium, and 55 on the high explosive. And I am using calibrated shells, so that is literally the max amount of pen that you can possibly get. Now, the pen's okay. The premium pen is pretty decent, actually, so you're not going to have too many issues. And because the premium shells are APCR, you will be able to cut through a lot of people's like side armor and stuff, so it's okay. Anyways, as for the dispersion and aim time, the aim time is 3.6 seconds, and the dispersion is 362. Yeah, so overall, it seems like the gun will be kind of troll, but that's to be expected with 380 alpha. And yeah. Anyways, the gun depression is 9 degrees on this tank, and as I said before, this thing doesn't have much DPM, so it's 1967 while using calibrated, and probably about 2100 with rammer, so it doesn't really matter too much if you do use calibrated. Anyways, the mobility on this tank is okay. For a medium tank, 45 forwards is it's okay. It's a little bit slow, but 18 reverse is quite nice, and it'll allow you to back up quite quickly from situations that you get stuck in. As for the power to weight, it's 18.3, so it's okay. Again, this tank's mobility is not really what makes it strong, from what I've heard. So let's break into the tank's armor profile, and let's see what it actually is capable of. You can see here, I am using a 252U to look at this tank's armor profile, as I feel like it's just a good benchmark. So you can see I'm also using calibrated shells. And yeah, let me just move my camera over. There we go. But yeah, anyways, while using standard ammo on the 252, you can see here the whole upper plate and lower plate is completely pennable. So what that means is you are not going to want to show this tank's upper or lower plate whatsoever. If you can pen this thing with standard shells, like, that's not a good sign. Like, look at this, 87 millimeters thick. Like, that's not very thick at all. And even the upper plate here, it's like 145. Like, what is this? It's absolutely horrible. So really, the only place you're going to get bounces is on the turret, and you can see here using your 9 degrees of gun depression, if someone shooting is shooting standard ammo at you, you can get a decent amount of bounces. There are a couple of weak spots, but they're fairly small, so for the most part, if you are hiding your hull, you should be okay. Now, when it comes to switching over to premium shells, you can see the 252 has quite good premium pen. It does carry APCR for its premium shells, so that means that you should, I'm assuming you can pen through the mantlet of this vehicle with high pen APCR. But with tanks that have heat pen or other mediums, this turret will be very difficult to deal with. And yeah, so basically you want to play this thing hull down. And yeah, don't show your hull. That's the main thing. Like, this thing, look at the side armor on this thing. It's terrible. Like, you can't side scrape this thing. You can't play this thing on flat ground and expect bounces. And the rear of this tank is fairly weak, so you will be getting HE'd in the rear. So yeah, that's overall the armor profile of this thing. Again, play it hull down. That seems to be the main gameplay style of this vehicle. So let me get into some live gameplay and let's see what we can actually accomplish in our first couple of battles. So yeah, overall, from what I have seen about this tank is that it's pretty strong actually, and although I don't recommend you do what I did, like, just don't gamble for it. Like, please don't. Do not waste your gold. Stop. I see you there. I see you thinking about it. Just don't do it. Like, please. I was extremely lucky that I even got this thing without spending a dime. But the majority of you probably will have to spend a ton of money to get this thing because the crates are so expensive. So, but anyways, in terms of the overall gameplay of this thing on a map like Dynasty, I'm going to be heading towards medium side because there's a lot of hilly terrain. And the tank does actually its traverse feels quite nice. So that's a good thing because having a tank with bad mobility and bad traverse, like bad top speed and bad traverse combined, is not very good. So at least it has one of the things going for it. So let's make our way very aggressive up into the front line, and let's start shooting at the Comet here. You can see even the Comet is able to pen my upper plate, which is very impressive. So with that out of the way, we're going to get a shell into the Comet here for 338. And yeah. So overall, you can see the alpha damage is quite nice, but the DPM of this tank is absolutely awful, and it's definitely one of the downsides of this thing. Having a medium with bad DPM is very interesting. It's a very unique gameplay style, and I kind of like it. Like, I like playing tanks like the Chimera because they do just hit so hard, even if they don't have much DPM. And it's really a big scare factor when it comes to your opponents. When they try and push on you, they're going to be a lot less likely to do that if they see that you have a ton of alpha damage. Like, look at that. Max roll for 475. That's absolutely insane for a medium tank. And it seems to be what makes this tank pretty unique. And Again, I like tanks that have high alpha like this because I find them just to be quite fun. It's like it's a change of pace from your normal average medium tank, and it's something that I really appreciate. So we are going to be sitting in mid here, and we will see if we can keep getting some shells out into tanks like this T-34 and maybe the IS. We'll see what happens. So let's hope that this guy shoots at someone else. There we go. We get a nice 330H roll into his upper plate there. And all that's left are 4 tanks, 2 of which are pushing on our team on the left-hand side here. So yeah, knowing that information, I will try and help out this T-71 the best of my ability because I don't want him to die for free. So let's see what I can do here. Let's get a, wow, unlucky bounce into the engine deck of the 111. And yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate, but I will keep my position pretty aggressive here, and let's see if I can get the clear onto the SU. We do take a shot for that, but that's kind of what I was expecting, and I don't really care. So we're gonna get another, oh boy, you know what? No. We're gonna try and at least not get penned by the Kpz. That was a little bit sus there for a bit. But luckily for us, we don't get penned by him. He shoots someone else. And let's see. Unfortunately for us, our gun does troll us there. And we aren't able to get a shell into the SMV. But we should be able to at least get one before the game's over. Come on. Oh, bruh. We don't get one in. But he only had 81 health, so it doesn't really matter. So a decent first game in this vehicle. And yeah, my first thoughts on this are the gun seems to be as troll as I thought it was going to be, and the alpha damage feels really nice. Those are my 2 initial impressions of this thing. We do top on the team, and we deal just under 2,500 damage, so not too terrible for our first game, and we'll get straight on into the second battle. So yeah, overall, I think the tank seems to play quite nice, and I do enjoy this kind of gameplay style where you are a medium tank, but you have a lot of alpha, so you can play it a little bit more like a heavy than an actual medium, which I kind of like. So it's like a heavium. It has a medium tank mobility profile for the most part, but it has like heavy tank alpha. So that's kind of cool with this sort of vehicle. And we're on another really good map where we should be able to get some hull down gameplay in. So we're on Normandy for our second battle. And up against us we have the ground tank. We have a Panzer 58, an SU-130, and the T-54E2, which is the main tank I am worried about because that thing is insane hull down. And it's going to be a real pain to deal with. So anyways, with that out of the way, I will make my way towards mid and get some early spotting run positioning done at the beginning of this battle here. Let's see if I can hit the smasher, and oh my gosh, the alpha damage on this tank it's a bit crazy. Like 462 into the smasher. Like what in the heck? Absolutely insane stuff right there. So we're going to make our way on over to heavy side here. And again, I'm going to play this thing quite aggressive as I did last game. The fact that you have a lot of alpha in this tank and a good amount of turret armor means that I will probably play this thing quite aggressive for the most part. And especially in a tier 7 game. In a tier 9 game, I will not be playing this thing aggressive. I can tell you that for a fact. The fact that while looking at the armor profile with a 252, I was getting penned in the mantlet, like looking at it with APCR, means that against tier 9s, this thing will probably just get buttered right through. So yeah, keep that in mind and really only play aggressive if you're against like tier 7s who have a hard time penning you. And you can see here we have a Tiger 1 who is rolling off to our side, and he does get a shell into me because I over angle, unfortunately. But we do get a nice slapperoonie into his side there for 339. And with that, he is now backing up, which is good for us because, yes. Actually, let's see here. Let's get a nice roll into the shark here. And I am now going to back up. I would rather not deal with 2 tanks YOLOing me, and I actually don't really care if the shark shoots me. He does actually bounce me, so that means I get another shell into his track wheel there. And so far we're at 1,800 damage. Now, the base cap is a little bit of an issue, but our team seems to be dealing with the enemy players well enough. So it shouldn't matter, actually, what the base cap is right now. So yeah, we should be fine. Anyways, let's keep on getting shells into these opponents whenever we can. So I'm going to try and HE this Tiger. That was unfortunate. That was kind of on me. I really want this Tornvong to just move up. Like, all he has to do is move up. He has full HP, and he's hiding behind me. Like, that's impressive, bro. Come on, bro. Just pen him, please. Please, Tornvong, pen him. Yes. Oh, yes. Look at that. Beautiful. And now that that guy's dead, we should be able to finally get an HE shell into the Tiger 1, finishing him off right there. And all that's left is the SU, who is going to get nuked. So let's see if I can at least get a shell into him before I do die, which I probably will to him. So, oh wow, we actually get a really nice HE roll, and he actually doesn't even kill me. So that shell right there brought us over 3,000 damage, and yeah, that was a pretty solid game for the second battle here. Now, we are, of course, in the noob matchmaker for our first couple of games because, yeah, Wargaming usually gives you, like, 10 battles. Your first 10 battles are usually up against, like, bad players. Anyways, second battle in this tank went quite well, and, yeah, I mean, the playstyle of this thing, I didn't really change my playstyle from the first game. I still played quite aggressive, and I was able to do decent things. So let's get into our third and final game in this vehicle here. Alrighty, loading into game number 3 here. We're on Castilla. I really don't like this map at all. And I don't like the fact that my nose is like omega itchy right now for whatever reason. Crazy stuff. Thank you, nose. Yeah, my nose is not cooking right now, I will say. Anyways, we're on Castilla, so I'm going to be going medium side because, of course, I am a medium tank. So that's only the sensible option here. And hopefully our team does follow us. At least a couple of them do. Because we should be able to do good things against tanks like the Kpz 46 and Panther 8.8, who don't have the best penetration values. So let's see what we can do. And of course, I will be making my way up top there because I will be able to use my turret armor and gun depression to the maximum. So now, let's see where their team will actually be getting spotted from. I'm going to assume that they're going to head towards medium side, simply because they have a lot of lightly armored tanks. But who knows? You can see there their T-34 has decided to go heavy side by himself, or maybe not by himself. I don't know yet. But let's see. We have the Panther 8.8 here. And, oh my gosh, 394 damage shell into him. Alpha damage, again, it's so nice having good alpha damage on this tank. And we see the Skoda is poking us on the, whatever that is, the hill below. So he's not able to actually pen us, and I don't think the Panther 8.8 can even pen us either. So I'm not too worried about them sitting down there. I will try and get a shell into this Progetto right here. We deal 371 damage with that one, so that's quite good. It is unfortunately under our average roll, but it is what it is. So let's see what we can do here. We're probably going to get penned by this guy, and that's because our upper plate is terrible. But we'll see what we can do. And their Panther 8.8 just absolutely, like, kills himself. He just YOLOs and dies. That was a great play from that guy, bro. Anyways, our T-23-3 is doing the exact same thing that other guy on the enemy team did. And he's going to pay the price for it, losing all but 2 of his health. And now he's actually just dead. Very, very unfortunate stuff right there. So, we do have the silencer right here, and we're going to get a nice 434 damage shell right into his tank. Now, I do have to be careful of that Skoda now because he is able to one-shot me. So, yeah. I just have to be really careful and hope that our team can help me out dealing with him. So, I'm going to keep holding this position here. There's no point in really moving up anymore because, of course, I am a one-shot. So let's see if I can get a shell into the Progetto there. A not a min roll, but a low roll there. 350 roll, not very good. But it is what it is. So we're going to see if I can get another roll into the Progetto. This time, hopefully, a high roll. No, 349. Crazy. This tank has a 380 alpha, by the way. Crazy stuff right there. And we do get finished off by the silencer. So overall, not a terrible result for our 3 battles. The last battle was a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. So, yeah, overall, I think this tank is decent. Again, I don't recommend you gamble for this thing at all because, yeah, it's just a complete waste of gold, and the thing will probably come out for gold, a set gold price later on. But anyways, that's enough of that for now. I will probably do another review on this tank later on after I have played it a little bit more to get my final thoughts on it out. But as of right now, that's all you're going to get for today's video. So if any of you out there are not yet subscribed to the channel, I highly recommend you do so. It's a fantastic way to support the content I create and to stay up to date on when I upload almost daily. Anyways, with that out of the way, I will see you next time. Bye-bye.